Alright, I'm sorry about all the stops in this video, y'all, but okay. So you're going on a journey. Let's say upon going on this journey, you realize that there's monsters once you go this way. So you finally decide, okay, I've gone the wrong way. So you decide to turn around, which is the logical thing to do, which is the wise thing to do, is to turn around when you see that you've gone the wrong way. What a lot of us do instead is we keep trying to go the wrong way, expecting that somehow if we go further down this journey, even though we see that going this far, it's only gotten worse and worse and worse, we think that somehow if we go further down this way, that eventually it'll look good. We can make this way, we could try to make the wrong way the right way. And we have to stop thinking that. Instead of trying to make the wrong way the right way, we should search for the right way. So the wise thing to do, whenever you see the monsters, the things clawing at you, trying to grab you and torment you and pull you apart, you decide, okay, I'm not going to blame everyone else for my problems. I'm going to look and take responsibility for my actions. My actions that I have chosen, the choices I have made on my journey have been a lot of the wrong choices. So my job is to decide what is the right way to go. So you turn around. You turn around and you go back to where you started so that you could try to retrace your footsteps back to where you started so that you can start this journey over again. But while trying to get back to that starting point, you got to go through the monsters again. But this time the monsters don't want you to leave because they've seen you and they want to keep you where you are. So you have to battle with these monsters because they're going to keep trying to grab you because that's their job. Because you've gone the wrong way. They see that you're there. Now their job is to scare you into staying there. That's how fear works. Fear wants to scare you. Fear wants to scare you into staying in the wrong place. That's what fear does. It scares you away from change. Change is always a scary process. That's what fear does. But you say, no, I have faith. I have faith that I can get through this. I can battle these monsters and I can win this battle against these monsters in order to get back to the starting point so I can start over again and find out which way I should go. So you battle with these monsters. You're going the other way again. You turn around and you're walking. The monsters are trying to grab you. You're fighting them off. You're battling them. And when these are just metaphors for the battles in your mind that we face. I don't want you to take it too literally. This is just a metaphor for the battles that we all face in our minds. So these monsters are grabbing you. They're trying to pull you. They're trying to grab your shoulders. At some points, it feels very hard to even get these monsters off. These monsters seem like they're overpowering you. They seem like they're taking over you. But you keep going with the faith. And you keep building the strength and say, okay, I'm going to walk this way. So you keep walking that way. You get past the monster. So you see outside of the chaos of the mind. Basically, when I say you get out of the monsters, you see the light a little bit. You get a little bit out of the darkness and you see a little bit of the light. And so you're still walking this way. But upon walking this way to try to get back and find the right way, you see something beautiful behind you going back the other way that you know is the wrong way. You see something enticing that led you to go this way. You see something beautiful, something you like, something you really want, something you really desire in your heart. You see that. So this causes you, maybe you don't turn around, but you really want to go back that way again. This really causes you to really second guess if you want to keep going this way. You want that. You want the honey. So the unwise thing to do would be to turn around and go taste the honey and forget that the monsters are there and keep walking the way that you know you shouldn't walk. Forgetting all about the monsters just for the taste of the honey. The wise option would be to know that this thing here is what led me to the monsters. This thing that looks good right here. The monsters are not the problem at this point. The monsters I'll have to battle, but this right here, this led me into the monsters. This is what seduced me. This is what entrapped me. This is what confused my mind. This is what caused me to lose perspective. This is what dragged me into the monsters. This is the bait. You start to discern. This is where discernment comes in. This is why discernment is so powerful, because you can start to discern what's the bait, what's the true bait. The monsters are not the problem. You only got to the monsters because you took the bait. So you start to realize, okay, I see that there. I see that there. It looks beautiful. I really desire it. But wisdom tells me that this is the bait, and this is actually not good for me. It looks good for me. This is the devil's trick. The devil's trick is to give me something that looks good for me, to lure me into the monsters. So the devil gives me this honey so I could taste it on my tongue and delight in it and love it. And I can start to feel relaxed again in this world. I can start to feel like this is a safe place again. I can start to sit back and watch TV, kick my legs up. I no longer have to battle anymore. That's what this bait causes you to do. You have to realize, the Buddha says that the deer trapper doesn't put out the bait and the wishes that may this deer be well. The deer trapper puts out the bait in order so that they may have the bait, take the bait, and then eventually be able to do whatever they want with this, whatever took the bait. Cook it, fry it, throw it in the pan, throw it in the water, make fun of it, laugh at it, torment it, whatever they want to do with you. So the bait is what's causing it. So you start to discern. You start to make the wise decision. Okay, I'm going to keep walking this way. The bait came. Okay, I'm getting better at this. I'm walking and I'm seeing a bait, and I'm not as quick at taking the bait as I was before. So I'm clearly getting better at this, but I have to stay diligent. I can't get too confident, and I can't lose perspective of what's going on here. Because you can get to points where your mind seems so clear, so great, and you think, okay, I fought the monsters are gone, and you go back to the old habit of taking the bait again, of wanting to go to the bait again. But you have to kick that habit of going to the bait, and you have to decide that you would never take the bait again in your life, no matter how weak you feel, no matter how hard life gets, no matter how much of a battle you're in. You won't take the bait. Okay, so you're walking this way, and you continue walking this way. You're trying to get back to where you started, just so that you can build again and go the right way. You continue walking, and you continue walking. And upon walking, you run into quicksand. You run into quicksand, and you start sinking, it feels like. And this quicksand is just a metaphor for the troubles of life, the difficulties of life. You step in some quicksand, and you know when you're in quicksand, it's kind of hard to keep the hope alive, but you're falling, and you feel yourself falling, and you're trying to move forward, but you can't quite do it. You're trying to pick your feet up out the quicksand, but you don't quite have the strength. You don't quite have the power to get out of that quicksand yet. This is where faith comes in. You know that you're weak. You know that it's hard to get out of this quicksand, but you keep trying, and your leg, you lift it, you lift the other leg, and you keep trying, and it's not quite moving. But you decide that I'm not going to stop trying. I can't just fall in this sand and just sink into this again, because I'm still going the wrong way. I'm still somewhere within the monsters. The monsters are still here. The bait is still here. And if I stay here in this quicksand, I'm going to get caught again, and I'm going to go the wrong way. So I have to keep building this strength, because I know that I'm going the right way. At least I'm going towards the right direction, because I'm trying to go away from the wrong way. So at least I'm going the right way, in the sense that I'm trying to get away from the wrong thing. So I keep pulling these legs. I keep lifting. I try to lift, and then finally I get my leg out. I get one leg out. So now I see that I got one leg out, so that shows me that I can get this other leg out too. So I keep trying, and it won't quite move. I don't have the strength yet, but I keep pulling that leg up, and boom, I pull that leg out. And what do you do here? You're tired now. You just going through you just tried to build so much strength. Now you're tired. It's like you just lifted some weights, is what it feels like. So now you're weak. Now you're weak. You built some strength, but you're weak at the moment because the strength was built by getting your leg out of there. Because before you had no chance of getting your leg out of that quicksand. But now you built the strength, but now you're tired. And you want to rest. You want to lay down. You see a bed next to you and you look at the bed. And you want to lay in that bed because you're tired. Your body's tired. You're truly tired. It's not an excuse. You're truly tired. You're truly exhausted. But you know what you do? You say, no, I'll rest later. You give that rest up. You look at the bed. And you keep walking in the right direction. You take one step by step. You don't quite know when you're going to get to where you need to get to. But when you get there, you'll know because you'll remember because you've been there. So you don't quite know how you're going to get there. You don't quite know when you're going to get there. You don't quite know if you'll get there. That's the scary part. You don't know if you'll get there. But you determine I would do whatever in my power to get there. So if you do whatever in your power to get there, of course you'll get there, but you don't quite know it. So you keep walking this way. And finally you get to a point you see it. You see the area where you started. You see it and you're like, yes, I see it. I see it. And what do you do when you see where you need to go? You start running. Now you're running with confidence. And when I say this is just a metaphor again for life. Now in life, you're moving with confidence. Now you know what not to do. Now you see around you. You see, this is what I shouldn't do. This is what I should do. So now every step you take is with confidence. Every word you speak is with confidence. Everything you do is with purpose. There's a purpose behind everything you do. Hello? There's a purpose behind everything you do. Now, I end this video here by saying, if there's a purpose behind every act you do, every word you speak, when you wake up in the morning, the food, when you're eating your food, if your purpose is in your mind, even as you're eating your food, even before the food, the taste of the food, your purpose is established in your mind. So even while you're eating, chewing the food, in your mind, it's still focused on what you're trying to do. It's still focused on the goal. Nothing can steer you away from the goal. So you stand up in the morning. From that moment to the end of the day, the goal is established in your mind. You don't lose perspective. You keep your eyes out. You keep a strong watch on everything you're doing so that you don't make the wrong decisions. Because now you know this life is not as sweet as you thought it was, and it's a little dangerous. That's all I'm going to talk about. You have a good one.